Hey guys, I am sitting in my porch right now. That's why it's so bright because everybody in my house is kind of in their own space, and I didn't want to like be out in the middle of where it's quiet. Just putting out a video. But it's my favorite place to be out here, anyways, and it's actually nice enough to be out here, so I'm excited. I wanted to make a video about this because I felt really silly tonight. Quick story. My husband and I went to go grab some rugs from a gal that I met a few months, maybe almost a year back, probably. I only met her one time and clicked instantly. She has an amazing store, and she was selling some stuff. We went to go get it. We ended up going on a different day, ended up getting there late, whatever, all the things went wrong that day. Except we ended up running into a different lady there that I had never met before. And it was funny because the gal who was closing her shop was like, you two really should like connect. And so instantly we just were like, what are you into? What do you do? And there were a lot of like similarities. We are both moms of children with disabilities, and we are looking at the current climate of the world right now and just kind of like what is happening, but also like we have these ideas of how we want to make things better, right? So like, how can we take what's happening right now and use it to our benefit of like, this is our time to shine. This is our time to show people that like, hey, if we did it this way, it could be easier. If we did it this way, it would be less painful. Because we know that it can be. And I have tried really, really hard over the last 4 or 5 years, especially to really focus on trying to get my body out of fight or flight and lower my stress. And I think what people are feeling right now, like with what's happening in the world, like they are getting a small idea of like what that high level of stress is. And it's like we live in that for days, months, years. And so I had to be very intentional about trying to lower my stress, right? Because that's what they say. You can have heart disease and you can have all of these horrible things happen to your human body because of stress and the hormones that it releases in your body. Your body does that without you telling it to. It just does that. The only way that you can make that stop is by changing the input to your physical body that your brain then signals is something that it needs to trigger fight or flight. We live in a world where people are constantly stressed, constantly running, constantly going. If they enjoy that, great. I feel like a lot of them, their bodies would not necessarily agree on a chemical level of hormones and such, of what that stress is. And so I've done a lot of learning this last few years of what does happen in your body when you have stress. How does your body interpret stress? How does it pick up stress from your environment or something dangerous in your environment? And it's all based on your past and what have you been through and what have you learned as an environmental trigger that will put your body into a fight or flight mode without you even knowing that it's doing it. And so I have had a few instances this year where something will be triggering my physical body. I'll have a panic attack and I won't know why. And I have to stop and I'm like, what is happening right now that my body is giving me a panic attack? Because there's nothing wrong. And that was me teaching my body, you're safe, you're okay. So when I met this lady the other day, we connected instantly, like same. Everything we were saying was like same. Yes, been there, done that. Yes, that's what I want to do. That's like it was for the first time, probably my entire life, that I have met somebody who I feel like understood me at a level that not even people I've known my whole life understand me at. And that is a really weird feeling. And so tonight, I literally met her yesterday. Tonight, I sent her a message and I was like, thank you for starters of like being a force of love in this world and positivity and kindness, even when it's hard, because it's so easy to just be mad and angry and like feel like everything's falling apart and what are we going to do and be scared. And it's just like, I'm not being naive to what's happening in the world. I know what's happening and I know that it's scary and I know that it's dangerous. And I know how many people are hurting and I know how many people are losing the fight. Okay. And for me at this point, if I let it all in all at one time, I won't make it. And so, not that I'm running around being blissfully ignorant, I am choosing to take it in small doses, process it, feel it in my body, honor the sadness and the tears and the overwhelming feeling of fear. But then I have to turn it off. I have to intentionally turn it off and almost not disassociate, but not put my energy into it. If I keep thinking about it, that's where my energy is going. And I can't keep giving my energy to that fear because I spent so many years trying to get my physical body out of that and my mind and my soul and trying to get all of that to feel safe again. And when I found somebody who understood me that way, especially because I'm a lot. I know that I am. And that I love that about myself. And it actually took me my entire life to love that about myself. And it's been very lonely lately because I feel like when I started to embrace and honor that part of myself, the people in my life that I thought really loved me for who I am would still be here, but they're not. And that's okay. That's okay. I have me and I have my family, and your tribe will be there when you need them. Like, your people will find you. You will attract the people that you're meant to have in your life. And so I thanked her, and I just said, I know I'm a lot. Please have boundaries with me because I have been so alone. I mean, it's isolating living this life, and it's hard when people around you don't get it, or they say they get it, but they don't have a frame of reference. And everybody's pain is interpreted by their bodies differently. I feel like nobody has the right to say any person's pain is worse than another's. I know I absolutely would never want to compare my pain to somebody else's because that's their pain and that's valid and it's their truth. And I think when I found somebody that like truly saw me and was like, yes, can we please be best friends? I was like, yes, please, because she got me, and I was all like it. We started talking about my passion stuff, the things that I'm wanting to change, the people that I'm trying to help, the ways that I want to create awareness, the things and places that I want to create for spaces. And it was so the same that it was like, I feel like I've known her forever. I've literally known her for just over 24 hours. But your people, when you know, you know. And I feel like it was nice to have somebody that I could take a breath with and say, oh my gosh, yes, we know that this is happening. Yes, we know that this is hard. How can we work together to help others not feel so scared? How can we work together to make safe spaces for people so that they feel like they will be okay? How do we use our ability to disconnect emotionally, or at least physically, from what's happening in a way that we can take our journey and show others a way? It's not going to be for everybody. Like, not everybody's going to want to do it. And that's fine. Again, it's for the people who want it or need it. And so honestly, we're like, let's pick a day. So on this video, send me messages of what time of day and what day of the week are most open for you. If you are a mom or a dad, or a grandparent or an aunt and uncle, or just a family friend or a caregiver, or anybody that takes care of anybody else in their community, in their family, in their life. If you want to get together and discuss ways that we're looking at trying to create safe spaces for people who don't feel safe right now, and places where people can speak their fears so that they can let go of those fears and know that they'll be okay, that we will take care of one another, because that's what we've been called to do. So I want to start doing like virtual groups. Like, let's just get together. Let's get together. Let's talk. Let's see how we can share. Let's see how we can create community and really use this as a benefit to us of how we can make change, how we can show that even though there's chaos and craziness in the world, I'm going to find my people, and we are going to live peacefully, and we're going to have our families, and we are going to be happy. We're just going to enjoy life, because none of that scares me more. None of it scares me more than me losing my child. So whatever happens out there, that does not scare me. I just, and it feels weird to say that, but there is nothing that I fear in this world if my children are okay. If the people that I love in my life are okay, there's nothing I fear. I just can't. Because it's just the humans and the peoples and the spirits and souls. Those are what I love. Not the stuff, not the places. So if you want to hang out with us, let me know. Days, times. We're going to start creating community to support one another, because this is what we want to do. We've made it this far. We want to help others get here too. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Tomorrow's going to be like in the 50s. I cannot wait. It's going to be gorgeous. I'll be outside all day. So enjoy. Good night.